I do this? GM Farcaster. It is Tuesday, April 30th, and you are here with Downish Prof and Adrienne for 21 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. And this is episode 99 of GM Farcaster, and it is shocking that we made it to 99, which means 100, almost there. So close. How are you doing this morning, Adrienne?
Yay. I got yay, 99.
Yay.
You want words? Did you want a well-formed sentence?
I want a little bit more than yay, but you know, you do you. I was thinking a smidge more, but
I'm doing fantastic this morning. Yesterday was a great day. Today's got a lot of packing to do, heading out to Los Angeles this week, I think.
Somewhere, yeah. Are people going there?
BTW, I'll be at FarCon. Thank you, Ted,
BTW,
for ruining my feed last night. It wasn't your fault, but...
Yeah, BTW, I will also be at FarCon. We were talking about new people just joining Farcaster this week. We just want to apologize on behalf of everybody because we know that you're probably not going to FarCon, and this is probably like very confusing and annoying. And to those who aren't going also, like, we apologize. But we're a little excited. So we're talking a lot about FarCon today, as well as sort of what we're up to. And I did want to mention really quick before I forget, I'm wearing my Pudgy Penguins hat today. A little bit of a gratitude shout out to Luca Netz for coming to my class yesterday and giving like a Newt Rockney level pep talk to my students. It was phenomenal. There's a lot of times that, you know, if you're dealing with 20 somethings and teenagers, and if you're a parent and you have kids around that age, you get exactly what I'm saying, where they don't listen to you. They don't, you know, they won't take it from you, but they'll take it from somebody who's closer to their age. And they'll believe them over you. And then, you know, years down the road, they're like, oh, you really were smart. But it was that kind of a moment where he just was able to impart like some really hard facts about entrepreneurship, as well as some great life lessons. And then just ended with this, like, just very spontaneous sort of pep talk. That was, you know, like I said, Newt Rockney worthy. So thank you, Luca, for swinging by. That was a pretty amazing moment. And I've had students coming up to me and just talking about it already right after. And we're just, you know, blown away. So just wanted to do that. So that's the hat.
That's awesome.
So it was really nice. It was really great. So that was my day yesterday. So that was my last official class as a full-time professor. So there we go. Because I'm moving on to this full-time right after Friday. So, but before that, we've got a few things to chat about. So we have a few other things going on. Not really much besides FarCon. But a note from Dan: Farcaster is permissionless. Anyone or anything can pay $3 worth of ETH to the smart contract on OP mainnet to create an account. After 1 year, the account has to pay $3 again to keep using the protocol. There will be low quality stuff on the protocol, just like the web and email. Clients will solve quality. I think this is more of a note about, you know, some complaints. If you're looking for a more moderated approach to the underlying protocol, check out federated protocols like ActivityPub or AT-Proto. Developer infra like Airstack and Nanar are taking independent approaches to measuring quality. This is good for the protocol long term. You don't want a single spam algo. So I thought that was a really interesting, I know it's in response to questions about, you know, blocking spam and things like that. And I also believe there's coming soon a way to gift the protocol fee. I think we've had that before with pay storage for people and things like that, but I think there's more of that coming soon as well.
You can do it with warps. You can
do it with warps.
You can invite
I think this was
today,
with crypto. That's what it was.
But,
to do it with crypto. That's what it is. Yeah.
You know what I love about these messages?
What's that? The subtweets, you mean?
They
are consistent.
No,
they are consistent. I'm just kidding.
They're just consistent. So if you've been paying attention and if you've listened and read what messages have been put out, the story's not changed.
Nope.
So And there's alternatives.
And you know what? You can always build your own client.
You can always
there's always an opportunity for a new client.
There's an opportunity for another client.
Absolutely. And I'm excited to chat with Dan and Barun on Friday. So if you have questions for them and you are currently in our chat or are in one of our DM groups, chat groups, definitely drop anything that you want us to ask them. Because that's where we'll be asking for your input. This is from J. Petrich. Today, we're excited to launch our Pokemon card vending machine as a frame. Mint a pack for $35 in ETH, Degen, or USDC. Receive a graded card worth up to $500, and then head to courtyard.io for your buyback offer. Thanks to Samuel Huber for helping build it. Read on for more details. I don't know exactly what this is, but it looks really cool. So this is neat. Courtyard, if I understand it correctly, is building this sort of physical to digital connection. And this is just one more example of that. And it's pretty freaking cool. So if you're into Pokemon cards, go check it out. I think that's neat.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing Joe. Yeah. Isn't this neat? It's pretty cool. And I see a lot of different applications. Courtyards,
they're doing kind of NFTs to represent physical goods.
Right.
I think this is just a kind of a playful game.
Right.
Little game to play. I tried it. What's interesting about it is,
cool.
And if you scroll down, you're paying with ETH, Degen, or USDC, but typically frames are only working on, like transaction frames only work with Coinbase Wallet or Base or something, but it's using Polygon.
Right.
And
okay.
So it's not as simple as a click to mint. You have to first approve a transfer and then mint. So it's a 2-step, which means more steps, more things can go wrong. I played around with it last night. Something went wrong. I chatted with Joe. I know they I think there was over 150 successful mints. So it's definitely,
cool.
But mine didn't work yet.
And it also it could even be wallet related. It could be, there could be a number of different reasons. As we know, when you have a tech stack with multiple things in it,
that's right.
Can go wrong.
But this is what the devs are doing, are kind of pushing the boundaries is, we put up constraints, like you can only transact on the end. Devs find a way to push the constraints and get creative. So good job, guys. Yeah, great job. It's really interesting. So well done, and looking forward to seeing you at FarCon. This was from GT. If you or a loved one suffers from direct cast unread badge, is stuck and is not clearing for months issue, ping me in this thread or send me a direct cast. And then there was, oh God, I lost it. There was a note from Barun along the same lines. So don't let anybody suffer from this. So if you have this issue, definitely put a note in here to GT and he will get that sorted for you. In Degen news, Airdrop 2 Season 3 claims go live today. I think it said tomorrow, but I believe that is today, 8 p.m. PST. Immediately after, we're now going to PST. Now everything's going to be for the next week. Everything's going to be Pacific time. Immediately after, we'll kick off Season 4. To prolong our tipping activities, we'll be reducing tip allowances moving forward. Stay tuned. So just be prepared. It's going to happen for those of you who, are going to get upset, and some of you are. I did see a note from Wake, and I forgot to pull it, where he's talking about, you cannot count on this as an income because it's going to vary. Things are going to change. They're going to make adjustments. So making sure that, you keep that in mind as things go on. Moving on. This, how happy are you with direct casts on Warpcast? This is the one I was looking for before. If you have any bugs, annoyances, or feature requests, please reply in the thread. So if you're having any issues with direct cast, drop them there. And if you're having that direct cast stuck issue, drop it in the other one to make sure that gets taken care of. As noted here, don't let your loved one suffer from unread direct cast.
Love that. I couldn't find it before. I didn't know what I did with it. We're a little messy today. We're a little messy. I'm packing. I'm doing so many things. It's crazy. This from Linda. One of the best parts about building within the Superchain ecosystem is how supportive the base and optimism teams are. They regularly use the products built on top, help promote, provide funding with grants, truly world-class support. And I just wanted to, +1 on that one. We've seen that from the base team. I've dealt with Benji on the optimism team many times for other things in builder and nouns, and they're amazing and so responsive. And every time somebody asks us why base, this is why.
That's why.
That's why. There you go. There you go. From Linda. That's why. And it's 100% true. Really excited to see Linda on this week. And I'm actually going to be moderating the panel. And speaking of, let's talk about the schedule that's been finally announced, the lineup. FarCon, this is from Ted, finally announcing the FarCon Summit lineup curated by the Farcaster community for the Farcaster community with the help of Paragraph Frame. So that was when people would submit via Paragraph and there was voting. See you Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m. for coffee, icebreaker passes, 10:15 quick welcome before V and DWR take the stage. Don't be late. Really, don't be late. Like that. I know that sounds silly, but don't be late. It's just rude. So we have DWRV starting us off, FarCon to FarCon. And then we have some breakout sessions, some lightning talks happening, including one from the one and only Adrienne. Is Farcaster still a Scenius? This is the one I'm most excited about. But there are some others too, and that are happening as well. Right after you in that same space is going to be the alternative consumer crypto thesis from Cassie. That'll be really amazing. Then we have crypto startup fundraising that's happening also from Bly, I'm not sure. The past and future of the Superchain from Marillion. And Power on Chain from TLDR. And I'm just having the hardest time reading right now. Sorry. Is it Enias? Okay, I'm not saying any more names. Future of, I'm going to have to get these nailed down before we do this little video that announces all these things that, yeah, I'm going to have to actually know how to pronounce all the names. We'll zoom in and have to know how to pronounce the names. Future of the on-chain economy. There's going to be a few bigger on the main stage sessions. And one of those is Future of the On-Chain Economy with Jesse Pollock. If you haven't seen Jesse speak, and especially when he does like a 10-minute kind of thing, it's pretty amazing. He did one on DAOs one time that was like, I was like, wow, that was, everything in 10 minutes. It was fantastic. So if you don't think he can do this in like 10, 15 minutes, he can. And it's going to be amazing. So you don't want to miss that. And then an AMA. And then at 2:30 after lunch, taking big bets on Farcaster with Woj, Linda, DF, and Literature, which is Mirror. And I'll be moderating that fireside chat and just kind of directing some conversation. There'll be a chance for an AMA as well. So if you're there and you have some questions for any of them, make sure you have those ready. And then we have some more lightning talks and things happening later on, from playtime to paytime, gaming impact on digital economies. And then after that, crypto the game, the on-chain social phenomenon, a little look back at that. Also happening at the same time, Farcaster data architecture and top trends, and then what happens when creative class creates their own currency. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And then we're going to wrap it up at the end of the day with Future of On-Chain Communities with Jacek, Will, and Ian Doss, or Ian Dows, I'm not sure. Again, I'm going to need to know how to pronounce everybody's names. So this is going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. Plus, there's just going to be just so many things happening. One thing I wanted to remind everybody who's going to FarCon, you all are getting a $10 USDC bounty. So for everyone with a FarCon Summit Pass, we'll start honoring the free $10 USDC. I keep saying dollar, but it's USDC. Bounty caster credit for bounties posted starting today through the end of the week, in case you want to get creative bounties up before the event starts. So I've been thinking about this. So here's mine, and I'll be posting it later. I want to know who wore it best. In other words, we're going to be giving out some GM Farcaster shirts at our happy hour and various other times if we have any left. These will mostly be going to our wowow and mole Hypersub folks, as well as some of our partners and people who've been guest co-hosts, things that people who've basically contributed to GM Farcaster.
Friends of the show.
Friends of the show. So I want to see who wore it best, whatever that means to you. A photo of said wearing, and that will be how I choose my bounty. And I'm going to add a little something to it, so it'll be more than 10. But
nogs, yeah. You going to throw some nogs in?
I'm going to throw some nogs. I'm going to throw some Degen. I'm going to throw things in. You know, there might be some other swag involved. I might have some other gifts that up my sleeve. You know, things like that. So, this is what I'm looking for.
The bounties are going to be fun.
The bounties are going to be fun. Have you thought about what you're going to do? Because you're the queen of the bounties. I got to say right now, you're the queen of the bounties. Period.
But 10 USDC is a perfect amount, like just to lean into the playfulness of a bounty. Like, so I'm excited. There was a chat on, there's some people on Farcaster who have, there's a FarCon channel on AirChat.
Oh, I have forgotten about AirChat.
That's right.
Because my brain can only
be
take
on so many socials.
Yep.
But Keckers and Grin were having a conversation about how to use bounties, and it was a good one. So if you're on AirChat, join the FarCon channel over there. If you need an invite, reach out.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll have to go check that out on my I have a list of things I'm going to do on the plane. It keeps growing.
I can't wait for it to play. The most productive time.
It's going to be an incredibly productive 7 to 8 hours of travel. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, but I am really looking forward to see what you come up with, because you tend
a couple questions from the chat while we were going through the agenda. Someone asked if they're going to be live streamed, if the talks are going to be live streamed.
I am not sure. So we are going to be live streamed on Friday. That I can guarantee you one way or another. The rest at the moment is tentative. I am planning myself to try and live stream some of this to our channel. However, until I get into the space and make sure that that can be done, I didn't want to make any promises. So I'm going to do my best to do some of these, and it might be very janky or it might be very well done. I'm not sure which yet.
In other words,
it might be on my phone or it might be, I have a brand new camera situation, or there might be a professional doing it. And I honestly, at this point, we're not exactly sure what's happening. So stay tuned.
Well, I saw Dan. I mean, Dan was looking for people with live streaming experience, which just means like everything happens super last minute, but TBD could happen. So
we do have Derek Taylor from the park who's helping us with our stream. And I did, recommend Dan reach out to him. So I don't know if they have, that already in the plans, in the works, but also you just never know how things are going to work with this kind of setup where we're not in a conference space. Just to be clear, This isn't like a traditional conference space that's designed for that sort of thing. So it's you just never know. So can't count on it, but we'll do our best. And if not, we'll have some recordings up as quickly as possible.
And this isn't a question. This isn't a question from the chat, but one of the Anons says, "Oh my God, everything about FarCon not being there makes me want to cry right now." And I don't know if you were. We apologize, and if you missed the beginning of the stream, we warned you. And
we warned you. We said sorry. And I know you're saying it's an Anon, but we know that Anon, and he tends to write songs about us. I think it's IVC. I think it's IVC who's been turning casts into songs, and it's absolutely hilarious. So hilarious. A few more things to chat about. This from Ted that set off a whole new meta. BTW will be at FarCon. I gave her all my tips yesterday because she's freaking earned it. By the way, if you've never planned an event before of this magnitude or any kind, here's what I would say is if you see Ted, just say thank you. And also, is there anything I can do to help you? or, just that's it. Like nothing else. If you have feedback, if you have criticism, wait till after, because it's too late. So
that's right.
Unless there's a fire, like that's the level we're at this point. The ships have sailed. So if there's like an emergency situation, fine. But otherwise, just hold it till after, because she's a little busy. So yeah, this did set up a fun
and reminder that FarCon is an unconference.
Yes, exactly.
So don't bring your conference expectations to FarCon.
Yeah, I
bring
think
your
that's
unconference
great
expectations.
Point. That's a great point. Like, don't expect this to be exactly like other conferences. Dan has decided I have decided to break my no crypto conferences rule and attend FarCon. That's good because we're interviewing him on Friday. So I'm glad to hear that. And also, Varun considering going too. Is anyone else from Farcaster going to be there? So we let him know there was a channel, just in case he wasn't aware. Yeah, these guys are getting really funny. Oxen, though, this was interesting. By the way, BTW won't be at FarCon unless, and I don't know what that unless is. But along those,
it's because he's an on. So we will never know. You will never know if you are sharing space with Oxen.
We'll never know. We'll never know. But on
one
that
of us
note,
could be Oxen and you wouldn't know.
You would have no idea. Are you Oxen? I'm not Oxen. Well, that's two of us. We'll play as Oxen here. Will be the new game. So I had a couple of really close friends of mine who were not going to FarCon, who are now, guess what? Coming to FarCon. Cool. Literally yesterday decided to get on a plane from Australia. ESTA was approved at the airport, about to leave FarCon bound. From Australia, last minute.
Amazing.
Like, who does that last minute?
I don't know.
Ben does that last minute. And also in a related, I love this from Toady. I have just committed to doing so many projects around the house from my wife's wish list this summer. In unrelated news, see you all in LA. So I'm in a chat with these two every day. We have a group chat that we've been in for a year and a half. And that was exactly the conversation was, I just promised my wife, and he gave the list. It was hilarious. He's like, so I'm coming. I was like,
this is how partnerships work, guys. This is, you give a little, you get a little.
This is the way it goes.
Happy wife, happy life.
Exactly. This is from Divya. Just reached Venice, and everywhere I look, I think, oh, hi there, fellow FarCon attendee. It's like Venice has nothing else going on. I don't think that's actually true, but also funny. From Arjan, not the poet, but the other one. FarCon meetup for fans of the other DC hosted by Paradigm. I'm so confused by this. See me and all these people there. Just to be clear, this is the Diet Coke channel. This is the Diet Coke channel. The Diet Coke channel is having a meetup that is sponsored by a VC. Like, what is happening? I want to show up with a Diet Pepsi. I'm really thinking.
You don't. Don't troll the Diet Cokers.
I've been seriously thinking about trying to get myself banned from the channel.
You can't bring a Diet Pepsi. You can't even bring a Coke Zero to Diet Coke.
I know.
Okay, there are rules.
There are rules. Rish is very upset and wants a Coke Zero meetup, which I had to pull that one, but that was hilarious. This from Yuki. We airdrop FarCon attendees a L Explorer badge on Degen L3 as a first step to our 100,000 Degen FarCon check-in campaign. Use invite code CloseCon24 to get the client app at checkincaster.xyz, app.checkincaster.xyz. Invite code available to the first 100 users only. I don't even know what this is, but it's cool. Like, this is brand new.
Very cool. Check it out.
Very cool. Very cool. So well done. And that was probably, I think that came from Deploy on Degen Week. So very cool. In other news, if you are in Paris, there is Le FarCon. I'm not even kidding. Farcaster meetup in Paris. Chill drinks and snacks with your friends at Crypto Butcher Shop, May 3rd, this Friday. So if you're in Paris, 8 p.m. Friday, Le FarCon.
Pronounce Farson.
Farson? Oh, you know what? You're probably right. The Farson. I believe, you are correct. Garçon.
Pardon, garçon.
Pardon. So we're going with Farson. Yes. And then London, GM London agenda is out for Friday's FarawayCon event. Big thanks to our sponsors, Optimism, FarCon, Launchcaster, A16Z, and Plexus for helping us bring this all together. Like A16Z is sponsoring FarawayCon. That's pretty cool. And there other news here. This was the satellite event, and I just really loved this ticket. They took the FarCon ticket and made it their own. And then this from Justin to circle us back to Dan's comment. Excited to see many of you at FarawayCon next week. My schedule is pretty unpacked, so polite interest for grabbing a coffee run in advance. And I thought that was a nice callback there, Justin. Well done. All right. And with that, I'm exhausted already. This is going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Oh, by the way, I was up at 5 and messaging with Ted on Telegram. So, or 5, almost 6.
Neither of you should have been awake.
No, neither of us should have been awake. And I kept telling her to go to sleep. So you need to go take a nap, something. So yeah, she was up at like 3 a.m. still doing things. So, and that's it. So anything else that I missed? Anything else you want to share with the folks? What did we miss?
No,
Anything?
that is it.
Anything?
Have a, just, if you're going to FarCon, safe travels, hydrate, wash your hands, moisturize,
stay in your lane.
If you see us, come say hi.
Yes. We don't know, you know us, we don't know you by face. Yeah. So do say hi and introduce yourselves.
I'll probably be wearing lots of GM Farcaster t-shirts and box hats. So come say hi. If you're not going to FarCon, you're going to have a great week, and you are. And we'll be back to our. We'll be doing
everything we can to have you be there with us. And if you see me, I'll likely be wearing these. There's a good chance. If I'm not wearing these, I'm wearing these. So I always have noggles on. That's how you know it's me. And one last thing too, if you are going to FarCon and have questions about the area, like restaurants and things like that, drop it in the LA channel. That's where you'll get great recommendations and great info there. So in other words, don't DC Ted with like, where should you get coffee? Just drop it in the LA channel. All right. And with that, we'll see you all on Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Time zones are going to kill me. But we will occasionally be dropping things throughout the week and trying to sort of bring you along with us as best we can. So just be on the lookout for that. In the GM Farcaster channel is where we'll be putting all of that info. And yeah, and that's it. And I just saw this in our IBCs over on YouTube too. But we're gonna have fun for you, IBC, and you can create all kinds of fun songs out of our cast, and we'll enjoy that. And with that, I bid you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.